All right, I am live. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. I'm just gonna wait a minute. Okay. Seems like I'm live. It seems like everything's working. Okay, so welcome everyone. I'm really excited to be here on this solar eclipse in Sagittarius. This is a oh, welcome everyone. I feel like I don't know, Facebook just did something weird. Okay, welcome everyone. I'm really excited to be here for this solar eclipse in Sagittarius. Please excuse the way that I look right now. I just got back from a massage, so I was not in the mood to do any kind of like makeup or fix my hair or anything. So here I am. Okay, welcome. So the energies are really potent right now, and it's been really intense. And I'm sure you guys are feeling it too. I have really been feeling these intense energies. Hi, Tao. Um, and just really tuning into like what this actually means for us on an individual and a collective level right now, because there is a ton of shifts happening on the planet, and then also a lot of opportunity for a ton of shifts to be happening within ourselves as well. So if you are watching, please say hi, let me know that you're here, and let me know what you're feeling. And I'd love to take any questions today too if you guys have any. So, what I wanted to talk about today first is how do we harness the energies of this eclipse? So, we had the eclipse on November 19th, which was a lunar eclipse in Taurus. And that was really kind of the way that I'm tuning into it, like a starting energy, like that really pushed us forward in some way. And then the time between that eclipse on the 19th and today is like a portal of energy where all this energy starts moving. Like it's almost like if you can imagine like the energy of like a tornado. It's kind of like that, where it's like conjuring energy. And then today, what I'm really tuning into about the energies is that today is almost like a period on the end of a sentence. It's kind of like a jumping off point or an ending and a beginning. So what I'm really feeling and what I'm seeing with everyone that I work with is that there is something really big that you are finally ready to let go of. And it feels like it's actually something that you never before thought you could actually shift. Like it's one of those things where you're like, you know what? This is like essentially like the cards that I've been dealt. Like this is just like how I am, and I don't know if I can ever change it. Or it's like, you know what, because of this thing that happened to me, or this thing that I saw, or this thing that I went through, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to transmute that energy or let that go any further, or go deeper with shifting that thing. And now there's an opportunity to shift it in a way that you never really thought was possible, and you're actually realizing now that it actually is possible. So it could be like a pattern in relationships that you recreate. It could be like going to the next level as far as like what you do, whether it's like your career, or like even like the modality that you do, or the way that you're showing up. Like there's something that's going to shift so that it becomes easier for you to show up differently and take your power back in a completely new way. Because whatever this thing was that you're finally ready to let go of, it was a way that you were giving your power away that you didn't think was ever going to change, or you didn't think it was possible for it to change. And even if you tried to change it in the past, it still felt like it was stuck, or it still felt very heavy, or it still felt like really dense, to the point that you didn't think you were actually going to be able to shift it. And now, because of this energy, hi Valeria, because of this energy, we're going to be able to shift it. There's some like big change that we're going to be able to not only make, but even it's more about like actually just like recognizing that it's possible and recognizing and seeing the fact that we actually can do it. You know, I had a client yesterday say to me, like, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know if I can ever get there. And then we did some energy work, and I was telling her some like stories of just times where I thought I could never get to a certain place and I did. And it's that kind of an energy where you never thought you were going to be able to get there, and now you can get there. It's that kind of a shift that's happening, and we're going to be feeling this energy for the rest of the month. So it's really like, it's really powerful. It feels really intense. It feels really deep. And I think we're going to see it like reflected in the world stage and what's going on in the collective and within ourselves. Because I think one of the things that we've been seeing a lot this year is like every time we see these big things happen on the world stage, there's also a way where we're being called to acknowledge and confront that energy within our own individual healing and growth process. So, yeah, that's what I'm really tuning into. Oh, Tao and Valeria, I miss both of you guys too. I'm just reading the comments here. It's so nice to have your energy here. Um, yeah, so that is really like the opportunity that we have right now. And also, you know, really fortifying yourself right now. That's the other really big message, because things have been feeling really intense, and sadly, like they're not going to get easier for at least probably another few years, because of all of these changes that are happening on the planet, and because things are going to have to crumble before they can start to really get better and really change. Although things already are changing and things already are shifting, and people are already stepping forward with really amazing ways to shift the way we do things on this planet. But we're still going to see a lot of like chaos and tumultuousness. But for those of us that are here to lead the way and to help people step into this great awakening, we really need to fortify ourselves right now. And what that means is being a steward for your energy, being so conscious of where you're putting your energy and where you're putting your attention and intention. And I know I talk about this a lot, but like this is so, so, so important right now, because your energy and your attention and your intention is your most powerful commodity. Wherever you are putting that is essentially where you're putting your power. So if you are giving your energy away to codependent relationships, or people that just want to take from you, or watching or tuning into information that's lowering your frequency, then that's what you're going to create in your life. So right now it is so important at every turn, energy and attention, because of the way that the energies are right now, that is going to compound for you really, really, really quickly. Okay, so let me know if this is making sense, and let me know if you guys have any questions specifically about the month, or any energies that you might be tuning into that you want to know about, or if this is resonating. I'd love to hear any comments or feedback about how this is landing for you, because you know, it's so important right now that we all support each other, because this energy has been super intense. I know for me, I've gone through so many up levels and changes in my life, and just realizing on so many levels things that I was doing that I'm no longer willing to do, and really raising my standards, raising my boundaries, and really just becoming such a steward for my energy, of like really like very, very, very clear about where I want to put my energy and attention and where I don't. And every time we do that, every time we up level our boundaries, things start to shift and we start to go to the next level in our business, make more money. Like the trauma piece and the boundaries is like they go hand in hand. And I know I always talk about this, but it's coming up again really strongly right now is like clearing the trauma, which automatically has you create better boundaries. And then once you create better boundaries, you make more money. It's just like boom, boom, boom. Trauma, boundaries, money. Trauma, boundaries, money. It's just like it is such an equation that always goes together. So, right now we're really being asked to like there's this one thing, this one core wound, this one thing that you have felt like you don't know if you're going to be able to move through it. And right now you can. Right now there's a really big opportunity to heal this deeper wound, this deeper trauma that you have felt was kind of like eluding you before, or you felt like you did so much work around it, but then it still keeps coming up. Right now, there's an opportunity to heal it in like a really, really, really profound way. So, that is like pretty much the energy of the eclipse. So, like, how do we harness it, right? We go into that thing, like what is that thing for you? We all know what it is for us, right? Like for me it's a relationship pattern that I go into of codependency and giving my power away, right? And I can feel right now that that is shifting in such a big way because I'm doing the trauma work, right? Because I'm always doing the trauma work. So how do we harness the energy of the eclipse? Get really clear on what it is that you are complete with right now. Because right now you have the opportunity to really complete with it and to really shift it in a really big way so that you can really start to do things differently, so that you can start to show up differently, so you can start to create impeccable boundaries, so you can start to be more of a steward for your energy. And of course, expand what you're doing, making more money, understanding on a deeper level, like what you're meant to be doing, deeper levels of your purpose, channeling new forms of energy healing, whatever it is, right? Most of us are doing that kind of work. There's a really big opportunity here to create some really big shifts and changes. And I'm seeing everybody that I'm working with doing it, like really taking these huge leaps right now because the energy is supporting it, and like really completing with things that had previously eluded you or previously always kind of felt stuck to you, like that one thing that you never thought you were going to be able to fully move through. And you might not even be quite sure what that is right now, and that's okay. Because sometimes some of like those deepest, darkest wounds that we have, we don't even know exactly what they are because they're hidden in our subconscious. So if you are in that position and you're not even sure exactly what it is, start living in the question. Start asking the question, what is it that I need to shift right now? What is it that I really need to look at right now so that I can hit my next level, so that I can expand even further, so that I can step into the future version of me? Because the future version of you already exists, and you can communicate with that version of you to get messages about what you need to do to collapse time and space so you can step into that version of you. Because time and space doesn't actually exist, and in the quantum field, everything exists at the same time. So you can access that version of you who has already created the successful business, who has already hit that certain income level, who has already created that perfect relationship, or who has already created that amazing program, whatever it is, you can access that version of you who has already done that and ask them what you need to know in order to step into that version of you. And I've been channeling a lot of energy work around this because I'm super into collapsing time and space right now, and just bringing your now self together with the future version of you so that you can just do the thing right now. Hi, Ruby. So it's really fun to play in that energy and see what you can create. Um, so, yes, now you have a really, really big opportunity to do that, um, unlike ever before. And I know around December 21st, the energies are going to intensify as well. So this month, even though December, is traditionally about like, having fun and celebrating and the holidays and everything, like it's going to be an intense month. And I'm sure you guys, because everyone who's watching, I'm sure you are tuned into this, like you can feel it. Like even back in September when I was kind of like looking at the rest of the year and like planning out what I was going to do, when I looked at the energy of December, I was like, ooh, like it's definitely going to be an intense month, and it's going to require you to go deeper, and it's going to require you to acknowledge some things that you might not have previously acknowledged, and it's going to require you to go to a deeper level within yourself if you are on this path of transformation, right? And if you are really wanting to step forward and lead through this time of great change and great awakening. So, yeah, that's basically how we harness the energy right now. And I have been seeing some really miraculous things happen this week. So I did a bunch of Akashic Records readings this week because I had run this sale for Black Friday, and I had readings with people that were so powerful and so transformative. I've been really working very deeply in this collapsing time and space, and really helping people, what I can see in their Akashic Records as to what they are meant to do next. And even though to the now them, it feels like, oh my God, holy shit, like I don't know if I can do that. When we do the energy work, by the end of the session, they're like, all right, let's do this, and they're ready. They're in that next version of them. So that is the power that we have right now when we ride the wave of these energies, because I'm seeing people do it all the time. Like this week was like so powerful. I felt like I needed I feel like I need a big nap today because of all the energy that we moved this week in these sessions. So that was really fun. Okay, so I have another really fun and special announcement. So this coming week, I'm getting ready to launch my Metamorphosis Raise Your Frequency sale. So again, I am offering $1,000 off the program. So for those of you who don't know, and I know some of you do, the Metamorphosis, when I created it, I thought it was just going to be like a breathwork program, and I didn't know exactly how powerful it was. I didn't know how powerful it was going to be at all in clearing trauma until people started to go through it, and I started to see these profound shifts that people were having and really clearing this deep trauma. And I realized that this is like a very powerful trauma clearing program, and now everybody who goes through it creates these miracles, and they manifest all this amazing stuff and everything. So, right now I've been really getting the nudge very strongly because of the energies right now and how they are supporting this deep clearing of deep trauma, and how we can make these profound shifts right now. I am offering this sale on the Metamorphosis, and from now until the end of December, I don't know the exact date I'm going to end it yet, but from now until probably around the holidays, I'm offering $1,000 off the program. Plus, you get 2 one-on-one sessions with me until December 10th. If you sign up before December 10th, you get 2 one-on-one sessions with me. Plus, you get access to my Birth Story Breakthrough digital course. So, and I think there was one more thing that you get. Hold on, let me just see what it was. Oh, and you get the extended payment plan option. Yes. If you sign up before December 10th. So that's 1 week. So if you don't know about this and you haven't heard of this course or gone through it before, I highly recommend checking it out, because not only do you really move through a ton of trauma and step into a new level for yourself, but you also gain the tools and knowledge to learn how to move through stuff on your own and recognize these really deep patterns that you don't know that you have, that you continue to repeat until you get into the program and you realize, because I will point them out to you and you'll realize through the tools and everything what these deep patterns are. And once you can recognize them, it gives you such power in your life to be able to see what is going on and move through it in a way that you weren't previously able to understand. So not only is this so transformational when you're in the program, but you have access to the tools for the rest of your life, and you can keep using them to move through things when you are stuck. And I know some of you who've already done it um, still use the tools all the time, because they really help you move through things really quickly, especially the breath work. My breath work just gives you a ton of momentum in your life. It really, really shifts things for you rapidly and efficiently. So, for those of you who have not done it yet, I highly recommend. It is something that, if you really are interested in transformation and showing up and leading at this time, to me, this is almost a requirement if you really want to be able to step into your mission. So I'm going to put the link here so you can check out the details. And then if you want to talk to me about the program, just reach out to me and message me, and I'll get you all squared away and taken care of. So I'm also going to be offering a masterclass coming up probably in the next couple weeks. I have to let that land as far as exactly what that is, but stay tuned for that. And as always, I'll be back next Friday with my energy forecast. But reach out to me if you're feeling drawn to work with me in any way. Just reach out to me and we can talk about the best way to do that. But the Raise Your Frequency sale is like kind of a no-brainer if you have not done it yet. It's really a requirement if you really want to have the tools to be able to continue to show up and grow and run a business and really be a leader at this time. So I love you guys so much. That is all I have for today. I hope everyone has an awesome weekend. I'm sending you so much love, and I will talk to you soon.